Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft hardcore video. Thank you for everybody who's been leaving nice comments. I love seeing new ideas, so I want to just point these out. From James, we have a Enderman / XP farm, so thank you for that idea. I will hopefully eventually build either just a different XP farm or an Enderman one when I get to the end. And a cobblestone generator build idea was suggested to me by Theory, which is a very good idea because I'm expecting that at some point I'm going to need lots of like smooth stone and whatnot for stone brick builds. So I'm going to eventually want something like that. So that is a good build idea that I hope to build at some point in the near future. I have a pretty solid idea of what build design I want to do. So thank you everybody for commenting. I love seeing all the support. And if you have any other ideas, please comment them down below. I love reading them. And now, from where we left off last week, I did some little bit of touches to the outside of my brewing hall. I just thought maybe I'd add some, like, leafy growth to it, because it kind of fit the vibe. I kind of like it. I'm not sure what I think about it yet. If you've got any opinions on it, or any ways you think that I could make it better, love to hear them. But for now, I think this kind of looks how I want it to look. Okay, so I want to build an observatory on top of my brewing hall now. Which means when I enter in through this doorway, you have your brewing and all that, and then, as I stated last week, I want, like, I might just do logs, and I want basically a pillar to go through the dead center and go up to the top of the roof. And then I think I might do, like, a slab lower layer, and then, like, deep slate tile floor on the upper. And then I have an idea for the observatory, because I might have it stick one block out, make a dome, and then since the moon will actually come through here, like at the side up at some point, I want a big hole right there that you can then look at the moon. So I think this is going to look really cool. I'm hoping I have enough time to get the main bulk of today's build done. Same thing with this. Any minor details, I'll probably just, I like to work on that stuff outside of videos. So I'm not sure how this works. So the thought would be there, have it floating. It might almost make more sense to just break this and just have it just jut all the way down. And don't even bother with the floating idea and just have a wood pillar, almost like a structural support beam in the middle of the whole thing that then also acts as my ladder that just goes all the way up to the top. And I can even then do, like, I'm gonna do like ladders on all sides, and I'm gonna just build up there. And we're just gonna start, well, actually first I'm gonna get a bunch of spruce slabs because I need to free up my inventory a little bit here. We're gonna build the base for the observatory floor. Then I will go and get ladders, and we're gonna start working on the entranceway of this little ladder. Maybe eventually I would consider a bubble elevator, but I'm not sure how to incorporate that into this build. But for now, we're just gonna simply go for a nice little simple spruce wood pillar center beam that goes all the way up to the ceiling into the observatory. And then I think I might make the center beam continue like up to the top. And I will probably do a layout form. The way I want to do this, I want to do smooth stone, like deep slate, like the smooth form of it. Because let me just show you what is it called? Polished deep slate. I want to make this the outer wall. And the way I plan on doing this, once I have this floor in place, is making these beams continue and have them continue up and then be like the, like, I guess the support of the dome, and then on the outside on top of those beams basically just fill in the dome, leave this gap open, and I think that's 1 2 3 4 5 6, so then have 3 on either side, like 2 out on over here. That way it almost gives the vibe that this thing's like opened. I think that could give a really good look to the build. I think we do the slabs here, because I want slabs so that when you're down here, you look up and you just see an oak ceiling. But then when you come up here, I want the floor to then just be the normal tiles that are down there so that it actually has a proper floor. So, but this is the height I want it, but we genuinely might want to then just make this go one higher. So we are just going to start with this for now, and we're going to fill this whole thing with slabs. And then I'm going to build this whole thing one more up. This is what I mean. Let's get myself some tiles, and I'll show you the look. Then they'll just be tiles on top of these slabs. But then with that, I can then just build this one more up. I had this count from the floor up, and I have the certain height that I have it. I don't want to ruin the height, so we're going to leave that as is. Here's this perfect timing that I could show you what I mean. So like you'll be up here, and as the moon rises, this will be open. And then maybe I'll even build like a telescope. I actually have no idea how to build that, so that might not happen today. I might just get the main bulk of the build done. That way I can show you the look, maybe do some touches outside of the video, and then I can show you it next week. And if anyone has any ideas, I can build them in between or build them next week. I'm just now noticing that there's an ice biome over there. That's actually kind of nice. That is very nice that there's an ice biome over there in case I ever want to do something over there. Do like a snowy build, or if I ever want ice or something, or just snow in general, because that's probably going to happen. I'm eventually going to be like, oh, I want snow. So I'm just going to quickly fill in this floor, and I might just speed this up for you guys. Do a quick little just speed up. Yeah, and that is the oak slab layer of the floor done. And with this in mind, we can build these up. I might just do 2 more for now. And now all I simply have to do is place these tiles all on top of these spruce slabs, and then I can then do like a fence, like maybe like stone fences here or something. And then you simply just come up the ladder, and you'll just be here on the observatory floor, which is gonna look really cool. I might even, I don't know if anyone, is there any like ways that I can like do interior detail that makes it almost like, I feel like sciencey is not the right word, like a science look to it, like, yeah, just give it that like weird touches. But I'm not the best with that kind of like interior designing in Minecraft yet, because it's so hard to build something on a small level, because I only have so much space to work with, and I don't want it to be too big. But that's where a telescope will probably take up the majority of it. Like I'll have this beam here, and then right here, this whole area is just there's gonna be a telescope at some point. I'm gonna build a telescope either today or some point in the next week to come before next week's video, or on camera next week. I'm gonna place these blocks in, build this stuff up another layer around the outside, and then I'm gonna go get ladders. So I need about, I think, roughly 4 stacks of ladders. Like that much is probably good for now. And yeah, that looks all right. I might eventually do like make these side walls like almost curve out into the middle. I don't know if I want to leave that flat. We'll see what the plan is, like if I do some like stair, like slab combos to kind of round the roof off. But yeah, for now this stuff definitely is coming along, looking pretty good. Let me know if you think that I should continue the leaves up on top of the observatory, or what the thought is, because like the way it's opened, I could maybe keep the leaves off of the open spot and cover everything else and make it almost look like the opening broke the leaves, like broke through all the greenery because as it opened. That's totally up in the air. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, so if you got any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. Also, what do you guys think of this like lantern thing that I went for in the middle? Should this be deep slate walls, or was going for the stone walls a good look to give some color contrast to the build? I don't know. I just wanted to give something more to this middle, so I kind of just tinkered with this, and this is what I came up with. So I'm not too sure what I think about it. I kind of like it, kind of don't. It's how half my build, that's how a large majority of my stuff is. It's like, it looks good, but it could be better. What are we thinking of this? Is this the look? I wish there was like a different way to make ladders look, but it's one of those where maybe I could get like more texture packs and stuff. Like if you're a keen eye has probably noticed that like there are certain things in my world that aren't vanilla anymore. Like, do I continue adding more, or do I keep it? I definitely am been itching to put shaders on, and I feel like any day now it's gonna happen. Now the plan, as I'd stated, is these spots, since I've already kind of like used them as like my groundwork of my framing, are going to be the middle part. Like, so if you're inside an observatory, there'll be these like, I don't know what they're, I guess like the joists of like a wall in a way. These will go up, and then almost they'll probably meet here in the middle, like right here. There'll be like a 4 spot, and then the outside, like I'm gonna just try and give a quick example here, are the polished deep slate. So the outside is then gonna be this. I'm hoping that this makes sense to everyone else. It makes sense to me. I'm the one building it, so like my idea in my head. Of course, makes sense in my head, might not make sense in anyone else's. Like, I hope this is understandable to get by. Like, and then I might even end up going underneath and doing like smooth slabs or something. That way, it kind of rounds it down below instead of just dropping off. It'll actually give it like more of a rounded look. And then right here, this is staying open, which I actually had this as, I was counting it as 6, but it's actually 4. What? And now for the hard part. And I think a good basis is I had said I was going to build this maybe 10 high. So this is 1, and then will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, that's how this is going to be the top point of the dome. Do I strip these logs? I think I do. I think I stripped them. Because if that's the case, then up here on top. And now we have these stripped blocks. Then I can have to get 4 more, which is great. Yeah, so the stripped oak wood will go up into this thing. So these pillars will be all stripped. So we can just do that. They'll strip this because the outside in. But on the inside of this, you're not going to be able to see these compared to the outside. So, well, actually, you'll be able to see them here, but nowhere else. So it'll be all stripped logs that will then, all these points will then come up into that center point. Like right here. Yep, that's the center. These will, yeah, they'll have to angle in by 1. I'm going to fill this out. All right, that looks pretty good. And my dog is barking. I'll be back. Alrighty, my dog does not like that the neighbors are walking their dog. That's kind of funny. Alright, now we're back to the build. And where do we go from here? So do I want to do it like one at a time, or do I want to kind of figure this out? So maybe we want to start with, let's say like it's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the thought would be, what if we came up 3 here? Actually, no, I got an idea. Sorry, I'm trying to think this through, because if that comes up 4, then this comes up 3. And what if we go over 2? No, that's... Go up 2, over 1, like this, and then it just kind of goes in. Does that look right? Or no? Not at all. Okay. We gotta make this work a little better. That's the gist, but I think it needs to smooth out a little better, which means that might be it. I think we got it. Now I just need to replicate that on every single one. So, and it's actually makes it even better then, since I can do this while it's raining. So I'm gonna just give you a little, we're gonna just jump cut again. I'm gonna do all 4 of these corners, emptily placing all these, and then I will be back shortly for you, long for me, as I make the build. Okay, and that is all the pillars done. And the looks here, which is actually going to be kind of convenient, I'll probably build these outside and then I'll go through and strip them and fix all that. I probably won't even show you that. I'll just jump cut that. But this shouldn't be too difficult, because I think all I got to do is kind of just match these, and then they'll just meet up at that point. I don't know if we'll put a block there or not, because we'll see. This just needs to go up like this, and then I think if they just immediately gut into 1, that it will work. Because if we then do 1, boom, boom. Now what do I think of that? That might look the best so far. If I just stick with that for now, and then we build the actual dome, and then we see what we think from there. So we're going to stick with that for now. We're just going to replicate that on every side. Alrighty, I think it is time to build the dome. And then once the dome is in, I will go through and strip all these logs, and then fill those corners in with the that middle block that I put up there, so that it doesn't look as bad. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna specifically show this part of the build. I might do a little bit of talking through it, and then I might cut. For now, I'm just gonna give you just a quick little look at what this part's gonna look like, and then I need to figure out how I'm gonna perfectly round this off. So we're gonna just build this up. This is the section that will suck, but I think we're gonna just replicate this on all middle sides. And then we'll go through the corners and figure out the best plan in order to make this work. So we're gonna quickly fill those in, and then I will try and work out this part. Alrighty, that is all 4 corners filled in. All we have left now is the main opening of where it's going to open up, which is this point right here. Now the decision comes to how we make this work. I actually do think that I want to close this part off and have it just be this, meaning since it's 4, so it would be here. So how do I want to make this opening kind of like look like it's slid back? So this would be that block. So then there needs to be this. Yeah, so it needs to be 1, 2. So it would be that, and then that. And then the thought would actually be you just slide it there, because that would be like 3. Do I want to make it more like a wrapped look? The way it actually looks like it is like curled in the build. That way it's not like just flat. Let's just try it, because then it would be 1, 2. The 3 up, actually be 4, because then it's got to go in 1 every side. So it would be, we'd be looking at like this, and go up another 3. In a normal build that I would have had it would have just been this 1, and it all just needs to go forward 1, and it would then go forward 2. Looking at it like this. I honestly don't really know what else to do, because I could just literally just make it 2 layered, like just build it out 2, but then I feel like that it looks, it's you can't tell. So this might get tweaked a little bit in the future, but for now I think that that's how the flap's gonna look. I don't know, like it's hard, like I have no idea how to possibly make it look proper. So we're gonna go with what we can, because it's the last part of the build, and then I will probably just cut to doing all that stripping of those blocks. So I will just jump cut that. And again, we're looking at just this. I want this open, and then we go up 3 more. That is a flap for the opening of the observatory, because now it is just open. It's one of those where maybe it should have been only opened by these 2. And these should have just been closed. Let me know what you think on whether or not like it should look like something more along these lines. But and then close those all the way up like that. I kind of prefer to have it open 4 than open 2. But since the support beams are here, that just it's either open 2 or it's open 4. So it's one of those where I would want these to hang out a little bit. I'm gonna jump cut to when I have all of these spruce logs stripped and these replaced, and then I will give you the final look. And then I would want to build a telescope today, but we might just be out of time, so I might make that the beginning of next week, or I will just build one and then show it off to you guys, because I don't even have a design. Like I have no idea how to build one. All I know is I do want to build one. So if anyone has any even a tutorial that someone might have done, feel free to let me know. I would love to see it. I will cut to when this is all done. All right, all the blocks are now stripped, and I have changed them all out so you don't have to see any of the underneaths on the logs, and I think it's looking pretty good. And here you can see the stars from the observatory I guess I don't know what the word for it would be, but like, look at that. Look, there's the moon. Yeah, okay, I'm very happy with how this build turned out, and I'll either furnish it and do stuff in between, or I will begin the beginning of next week with the furnishing of the observatory. Thank you so much for watching and sticking to the end this week, and getting to enjoy watching this observatory build. I had a lot of fun building it. Turned out pretty much as I expected. I had good hopes for this, and I feel like I achieved that. So if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I will hopefully see you next Sunday. Peace.